this week's Business Chats. Today we're going to be talking with Lorena. She's actually a brand designer from Argentina, so she's technically my competition, but not really. Hey, Lorena, you're here. And I say not really, not because she's not my competition, but just because there's plenty of clients for everyone around. So we're going to be talking about the basics every single brand needs to be able to provide a great experience for their clients online and offline. I wish I could send you the invitation. Oh my God, is it happening? Are you joining? I'm scared. Oh my God, you're here!
Hey.
That's a miracle. I love this so much. It usually takes me like 5 minutes to let people in.
Oh, okay, that's great. Hey.
Yay! Hi, how are
Hi.
ya?
How are you?
Well, good. I'm so happy to see you again.
Oh,
So,
me
for
too.
everyone who doesn't know, we actually met online. I don't even remember when, probably last year.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
Yeah.
we sort of started to follow each other. I don't know how, I don't know why. We just started talking online and basically became online friends. And then just a couple of weeks ago, we had a conference here in Valencia, and Lorena came and we met.
Yeah,
Yay!
it was great. It was great. I had a
It
great
was so
time.
much fun. Yeah, it was so much fun. I'm so sad that I missed the second day of the conference, but well, some clients
I would
needed
say
me,
first
so
day was better. So, yeah.
we need to do another live to talk about that because
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit traumatized by everything that happened.
Yeah, a little bit.
Um, just a little bit, but it's you live, you learn. So today we're going to be talking about the brand basics that every single service provider needs to have for their business. And I feel like it's a very long list. We're going to try to sum it up as much as we can. But it's definitely a tricky one. So
Yeah.
let's start from the beginning. What do you think is the first thing that every single brand service provider needs for
Okay.
their website, for their brand,
Yeah.
for their website? I'm already like
Yeah,
website,
you're
of course.
like, okay, the website. Um, I would say like throughout like the years working with clients, I realized that what I thought was really important when I first started, it's not actually that important. So I feel like I always had the idea that like having the logo was like you have to have a logo. It's like you have the name and you have the logo and that's like how you start your business. And I feel like right now I'm like you don't need that. Just start.
Yeah.
And I feel like now seeing people like I made my logo on Canva or I made my logo with AI, it's like you're just wasting time. I feel like what you really need is to have a very professional looking, clear brand from the start that just looks like you can get clients. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Um,
I
because
couldn't agree more. I feel like a lot of people just waste a lot of time and money. I've had
yeah,
people come in like asking me to make their professional looking brand from the get-go, and it's like it's not what you need right now, sweetie. You need to get started because I'm gonna ask you also a bunch of questions about your audience and how you communicate with
yeah,
them,
and you don't know
and you don't
anything.
have them yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, so just get something going, get started. I feel like consistency in the beginning is more important than having looking in a certain way or using certain colors or
Hmm. Hmm.
having the logo be whatever. You can rebrand in the future. Just try not rebrand too late into the future because then if you have like business cards or t-shirts or whatever it is that you're
Yeah,
using to promote your business, let's say you get a car and then you have the whole car printed with your brand, then you're stuck with it.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
maybe within the first year and a half, you should go to a professional designer for a
Hmm.
rebrand, but maybe not from zero.
Yeah.
A little parenthesis here. I'm just freaking out and looking at myself in the little screen because I noticed I actually activated a filter.
I should
And
too,
I have no idea
honestly, but yeah.
I have no idea how to take it off. I never do this. I don't know how I did that, but well, whatever.
Well, you look
We're
great,
here now.
so yeah.
Thank you. It's all blurry now, but it's fine. I'll be okay. Okay, so definitely a sort of a basic logo, you would say, right? I
Yeah.
feel like a color palette that sort of reflects your brand values.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but like, whatever you find on Canva is fine to get started.
Yeah, it will change. It will change.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, you don't even need, maybe just choose a font that you like, or like have a designer help you with that. What I do sometimes is just offer consultations and we see what the brand needs. Sometimes just a font with the name can act as a logo until you're like ready to actually work on it. And a color palette that you like, that reflects, like you said, your values, your audience a little bit, just trying to figure that out, but then it will change in a few months, so why stress so much
Also,
about
that I'm realizing as we're talking about that is easy for us to say, yeah, color palette that relates to your values,
it?
because we
Yeah,
know how to actually
yeah,
translate that into that other thing.
yes,
But yeah, as you said, I think if you have a trusted designer in your contacts, you can just reach out. I also do brand audits for free,
oh, I love
so
that.
you can just DM me and be like, hey, what am I doing wrong? And I'll be like, okay, maybe you can improve this or that.
Yeah.
Also lately, I've had a few clients come into me for like half VIP days, and
Oh.
just like I need like to tweak my brand a little bit. So we
Mm.
come in and do those adjustments, like the colors and stuff, and then it looks way better than in the beginning. But it's like, okay, I see what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Let me take it to the next level without going crazy with the budget, and
Mhm.
then you can just take it from there yourself with your VA or whatever it is that you're
Yes,
using
I
to.
love that. I feel like a lot of people put also all of that pressure into their VAs, and VAs are
Yeah.
not trained in graphic design. Um, and if they're doing it and they're doing their best, like bless them, but it is good to have a little bit of support. And maybe, like you said, like half a day with a designer can literally change how your business looks and feels.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what do you think is the second most important thing that a brand needs to have?
Okay, I would say a website or like somewhere where people can book your stuff.
Mhm.
And yes, that's where we also come in. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be like the website of the century, but just a simple, even like a one pager, landing page, whatever, where you can easily see your services and book a call or directly book the service, like something simple and clear. I don't know, what do you think?
100%. Yeah, definitely. Even if it's just one landing page for your main service, even if it's
Yes.
just the link page
Yeah.
that you have on Instagram, just brand it and make sure that like even like whatever it is that you're going to decide, don't decide on it because you think that's what you need. Decide on it because you put yourself in your client's shoes and you're wondering, okay, if I were my ideal client, what would they need to know from me?
Yeah.
Maybe they need a little bio to know who I am because they've never met me before. Maybe they need a button to send me an email or to call me or whatever is your first point of contact. And then maybe if you're offering free information, free stuff, free, I don't know, lead magnets,
Yes.
whatever, you can have
Hmm.
something to include it there. Like whatever it is that you're offering, you need to share that information in the most efficient way.
Yes.
And if
Yeah.
that is just one landing page or just the links page on Instagram
Yeah.
for to get started, that's fine. In the future, you can just create a more extensive website, something more
Hmm.
complex.
Yeah.
But for now, if you're just beginning, listen, a one page is what is
It's
important.
fine.
And the other day, I had a discovery call with someone who was like, okay, but why do I need a website? I'm like, why did you call with me if you didn't know that you needed a website? But
Mm.
besides that, I think like people don't realize that a website is selling for them 24/7 online.
Yes. Absolutely.
Like you might post on Instagram once a day, but your website is there
All the
constantly
time.
giving information to your clients, and that's how it looks. And if the website is, even if it's just one page, it needs to have the right flow for
Hmm.
your clients to be able to get the information they need.
Yeah.
What do
That's
you think?
also, I always talk about this, like the way that you structure even your header, everything, it's like you need to make sure that it's clear and that you make people go to wherever it is that you want them to go first. So if you're
Yeah.
trying to sell, like, I don't know, this service, put a button that's like big and in bold colors to that service, or to book a call with you, like whatever it is that you want them to do, instead of like giving them so many options.
Mm-hmm.
They will not choose any of them. They will get overwhelmed. They will leave.
Yeah, I feel like they need to think about it as if you go to the supermarket, that how the supermarket is laid out is strategic. It's not
Yes.
random. You come in with certain items that maybe are not frozen items, for example, and the frozen foods are usually closer to the register because you just grab it and then go to pay. And then at the register, you have the snacks and the things that you just you're craving at last minute. And you're like, yeah, I'll just get this without even thinking. So it's the same for your website. You need to think about that process that you're guiding that client through and give them options. As soon as they land on your website, then they maybe are craving some chocolate snacks or something. And so you just give them the option to just tap that buy button or book a call or whatever it is. And then if they need to just navigate it a little bit more, you need to guide them through the process so they really can get to the final register, right?
Yes,
And book a
that's
call
what
with
we
you
want.
or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, it needs to be strategic. That, by the way, on a website, please, I'm begging you guys, whoever is watching this, do not add your social media on the top. It breaks my heart every time I see it. It's like you made all of this effort on social media to bring them to your website, and now the first thing that you're doing when they are on your website is to ask them out the door.
Especially on mobile. It's like, just don't put that there.
Just try to hold on to them on your website and maybe guide them to your newsletter or something else. Absolutely. Yes, I think like that's definitely number 2 on the list. That's absolutely priority. What else do you think is important for a brand to have in the first maybe 2 years of business?
Yes, yeah. At this point, I feel like maybe you're like a little bit more advanced. I would say this is like what I preach. The brand touch points. That is like, to me, the most important thing. Yeah, like I don't care what logo you have, what colors you have. I literally don't care if they're sitting in your document, in a PDF, and you're not putting that as like a whole experience. To me, that's the most important thing. Like, let's say someone has like a shop. If I'm walking down the street and I see your store, I have to have the same experience there as if I'm finding you on Google. I feel like that's where sometimes we get it wrong. It's like we put a lot of energy into maybe our socials or our website, and then all the other stuff just like goes to the back burner. So
which is the one-on-one connection that you have with those clients, right? Because if someone found your Instagram, right, and they loved your content, and they're like, oh, what you're saying actually resonates with what I need, I'm gonna get in touch with you, and they go to your link in your bio, right, and they touch the little contact me button and they send you a form, then what?
Then I mean, are you responding, or are you like, I don't know, maybe it takes you 5 days?
Exactly.
And it looks like crap. Sorry.
Well, that's very important. I mean, I feel like you need to think about your clients. I know it sounds a little bit annoying to set so many expectations, but that's what is important when it comes to building a client relationship. And sometimes I fail on that too, because I have so many other things to do that sometimes it's passed me by that I need to reply to this email. So what I've done is, so if someone sends me a contact form, they're like, I want to work with you, and branded with my signature that has my picture and my brand colors and all of my stuff, is sent automatically. And it's like, hey, I'll reply in the next 48 business hours. Thank you so much for reaching out. So they already know that you have it, and then you will reply in 48 hours. And then touch points can really vary depending on what it is that you do, what services do you offer, what kind of clients you have.
Yes.
So what do you think are the main touch points that you really should think about branding from the get,
Okay. I would
at least in the
say,
first few years in business?
yeah, I would say contracts, email templates.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the big ones. That's at least what I have. It's like all emails are branded,
Mm-hmm.
all like emails that I know I'm gonna be sending, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, contracts, any like welcome packets that you may have, or like offboarding
Yeah.
packets. I feel like that's also really important. It's like a nice little touch to be like, here's
Yeah.
your branded email and also this welcome packet that looks incredible,
Yeah.
right?
Even if it's
Even if you don't work,
something simple,
yes.
it
Yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
to
And
be
even if you don't
complicated.
work in anything design related, I feel like
Mhm.
it's a nice touch for the client to feel like, oh, okay, this is like a professional service, right?
Yeah, and just use those opportunities to establish and set more expectations. So
Yeah.
if someone reaches out to you and they book a call, right? So they get the email confirming the call with the link to the actual meeting, blah, blah, blah. And then you have another automated email to remind them of the call 1 hour before, maybe.
Yes.
And then you have the proposal. If you are a service
Oh, the
provider,
proposal.
yeah,
Yes.
after the meeting, they're probably going to ask you, okay, how much is this? What can you include
Hmm.
in that? I usually recommend to talk about pricing on that discovery call just to make sure that everyone is on the same page or
Hmm.
around the same page. But yeah, proposal, I mean, even if you're just using like a Canva one-page slide, whatever, a
Yeah.
proposal is important that at least, I mean, and when we talk about touch points, don't think like it's too many things and you cannot do it. You can find templates for this on Canva and get it
Yeah.
done yourself. And then when you have a designer come in and work on your actual brand, you can
Do the whole thing.
actually do the whole thing exactly. But just
Hmm.
make sure that one of the things is not different than the other. So if you're using, I don't know, blue for your social media and blue for your proposal, why is your contract bright pink?
Yes.
And if you're using like a script font in the beginning, which I hate, by the way, but if
Yeah.
you're using a script font in the beginning, why is the rest of your things in like serif fonts? Like,
Yes.
I know
Just
the
being
other one is more
cohesive, that's like the main thing more than anything.
complete.
I truly don't care what you choose, just choose it everywhere.
Just exactly. Just maybe commit. I
Commit to
know
it.
commitment
Yeah.
interests
Own it.
are around there, but just commit to something maybe for 3 months, and then you can test it out, see if people
Yeah.
maybe can read actually that font that you chose, and if not, well, maybe change it. Maybe consult with us to change
Yeah.
it for something more
Well,
readable or whatever.
that's something that I always talk about too. Is like branding is not forever. I feel like a lot of people are like, okay, I'm starting a business. I'm investing on this now so that I don't have to think about it ever again. I don't
Yeah.
see it that way. And like, I know that we have other like people in this industry that think that way. But to me,
Hmm.
it's like, it's always moving, always evolving, especially for like, um, people that offer services. It's very important to evolve with our branding.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say don't think about it too hard, especially at the beginning, because in a few months you will want to change it. I can assure you of that.
Definitely. It's not that complicated. I mean, you need to get to know your audience and you need to get to
Yes.
know your services. Maybe the service that you're offering in the beginning is not going to work. Maybe you need to adjust to something else.
Mhm.
So just give yourself time to tweak. I mean, that's like getting married after a first date. Mm,
Yeah, like no.
maybe test it out a little bit and
Mhm.
then decide what you're going to do. But like yeah, just please be consistent. Proposal,
Yeah,
contract,
that's the main thing.
invoices. And then what you mentioned that I really love that not everyone thinks about is onboarding and offboarding packages.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they are a game changer. And it sounds
I
super
I'm
complicated, but
actually,
it's
yeah,
not.
I'm working right now on my offboarding packages because I feel like,
Ooh.
yeah, they're great for like communicating nicely to the client, like, okay, this is done, right? Like the service is complete. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, I didn't have them before. Now I'm like, they're really, really useful.
Yeah, absolutely. I usually include on my offboarding like the link to the client portal. So If they forget that they have a client portal where they have their final files and their links and all of their information, they have it there again. They have like, what else can I help them with? Just so they know I'm here. Maybe they didn't even think about hiring me for something else that I actually do. Yeah, exactly. So it's a great way of just closing that project and making sure that everyone is on the same page. I love that. I think those three are definitely my top three of basics that a brand needs to have for their business. Do you think, is there anything else that we're missing?
In terms of branding, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna get into like systems or more complicated things.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that right now. No. Definitely.
But I would say those are the main ones. And also like thinking, like if you're thinking ahead, just seeing your brand as this like all-encompassing experience, and not just like, okay, I need to have like this welcome packet or offboarding packet and that's it. It's like, no, just think about the experience that you're giving to your clients, and I feel like the touch points and everything will come from that.
Absolutely. It's a whole process that takes a long time to polish. And if you have any questions, you can just reach out to us. And by the way, how can people reach out to you?
Oh, they can reach out to me here on Instagram at Cosmica Creative Studio. And if not, on my website, you can book a call. Super easy and fast.
And if you need a designer to work with and you don't want to work with me because you don't like me and you like Lorena more, you can ask me and I'll send you her DM. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Perfect. Amazing. Lorena, thank you so much for joining me today.
I hope you have for inviting me. This was great.
Of course. We need to do the conference one.
Yes.
By the way.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Let's schedule it. Bye. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.